Why do we dream? This is one of life's oldest and strangest questions. Just think about it. We spend roughly 6 years of our lives dreaming. That's not an insignificant amount of time. Wouldn't it be strange if such a long experience meant nothing at all? Of course, there are theories, but there's no clear answer, at least not yet. So does no one really know the truth? Or are we looking for the answer in the wrong place? Dreams are strange things, sometimes meaningless, sometimes frightening, and sometimes so real that we can't shake them even after we wake up. Most of us like to tell our dreams to others. We try to understand them, to interpret them. We ask, what did that even mean? But do they really mean anything? Before we move on to the bigger questions, let's take a step back and look at what's actually happening inside our brains while we sleep. Sleep isn't as simple as we think. When we fall asleep, the brain moves through different stages. Some are deep and calm, others are quite active. About 90 minutes after falling asleep, we enter REM sleep, the stage of rapid eye movement. This is where dreaming really begins. During this time, the brain is almost as active as when we're awake. Our heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, but our body can't move. This paralysis isn't a mistake. It's a protective mechanism. The brain draws a clear line between dreams and reality. Because if that line disappeared, dreams could become dangerous. In this stage, areas related to emotion are highly active: fear, memories, reactions. But the part responsible for logic? Almost silent. That's why dreams feel illogical, and that's why they can be so frightening. Sometimes this system breaks down. We wake up, but our body is still locked. Sleep paralysis. The mind is awake, but the body is shut down. In that moment, it's hard to tell what's real and what's a dream. Many people report seeing figures in their room. The experience is usually brief, but deeply unsettling. So yes, dreams don't always stay in sleep. Sometimes they leak into waking life. But is this all just biology? Are dreams nothing more than random firings of neurons? Or is there something more? This is where a familiar name enters the picture: Freud. According to Freud, dreams were reflections of our repressed desires and fears, a window into the unconscious mind. It sounds compelling, but scientifically, it's not very solid. Still, people liked the idea, because it suggested that dreams weren't meaningless. Carl Jung took it in another direction. He argued that dreams weren't just personal, but collective, that we all share certain symbols: falling, being chased, teeth falling out. Many of us have had these dreams. Is that a coincidence or a shared human experience? Modern science is more cautious. Some theories suggest that dreams are essentially meaningless. The brain produces random signals during sleep, and we assign meaning afterward. But there's a problem with that. Research shows that dreams are connected to real life. The things that occupy our minds often appear in our dreams. And even more interestingly, dreams can help with problem solving. In some experiments, people solved complex problems much more easily after sleeping and dreaming. It's as if the brain keeps working in the background while we sleep, free from rules, free from the limits of logic. This turns dreams into a space where the mind can explore possibilities we can't reach while awake. Then there are lucid dreams, dreams where you realize you're dreaming, and sometimes you can control them. Flying, changing locations, directing the story. In this state, something unusual happens in the brain. There's dreaming and wakefulness at the same time, as if two worlds overlap. Some say this boosts creativity. Others believe it can help treat nightmares. But it's still controversial, because it pushes the boundaries of what we mean by consciousness. And what about dreams that seem to predict the future? The Titanic, Lincoln's dream. It sounds mysterious, but the answer is probably simpler. Probability, intuition, and selective memory. Billions of people dream every night. Some dreams matching real events is inevitable. But don't forget this. The brain processes far more information than we're consciously aware of. Sometimes we don't know things. We just feel them. So let's return to the beginning. Why do we dream? There's probably no single answer. Dreams organize memory, process emotions, and help solve problems. Maybe they once helped us survive, and now they help us navigate a complex world. But one thing is certain. Dreams aren't pointless. They're the brain working quietly, and maybe a way of talking to ourselves. So if you dream tonight, maybe it means nothing. Maybe it means everything. But it's definitely not for nothing. Sweet dreams.